producers, how are you guys doing today? In this video, I'll be going over how you can create your own Plugg 808. That's what I call it the Plugg 808 because it originally came from the Beatpluggz. I don't know if you guys know who those people are, but it's basically Mexikodro, StoopidXool, Polo Boy Shawty, all of those guys, the people that use the Plugg tag. And really everybody in the beat world, the beat producing world today uses these 808s, and I'm gonna play them right now. And honestly, I wanted to make this video because I wanted to show you guys how you can create your own Plugg 808s, your own 808s that are different but have that same style. And the reason why is because everybody's using the same exact samples. Anyways, let's just go ahead and get started with the actual tutorial because I don't want to drag on too long about the history and all that shit. Really, you can use any 808 for this, so any bass that you like the way that it sounds, you can do this trick with. And there's actually two ways to get a Plugg type 808 sound. You can either delay a kick and layer it onto that 808. So instead of having the kick at the start, you want to place it and then delay it by a few milliseconds and you'll get that Plugg sound. Or you can use the pitch. At the end, you'll have to do some EQing and stuff. You just want to start with a sub or with an 808, a nice bass sound that you like the way the tone sounds of it. And you want to place a note, whatever you want. And then you want to layer a kick right at the start. And in FL Studio, I know that you can delay the kick using there's a delay knob, but I'm in Ableton, so if you hit the little D button in the bottom right corner, it's gonna pop up this delay tab, and you can actually delay the kick track all the way to the right as many milliseconds as you want, or of course you can go into the MIDI clip and actually manually delay the kick. That's the first way of doing it. Sounds like a regular 808, sounds nice, but to get that Plugg sound, I'm gonna delay it just a little bit. And now we have a Plugg 808. Now obviously, it sounds a little bit weird with that kick because the kick doesn't sound exactly right. So at this point, you would want to do any processing with EQ. So we might want to cut out those the high end of the kick. And really, that's all we really needed. And now we have a nice Plugg kind of 808. So if you like those samples, the kick was from my Trap Essentials kit, and the 808s from my 808 Essentials kit. To show you guys that this works with any sample, I'm gonna get more 808s and we're gonna try those. So let's get something very gritty sounding. The kick. And then we have the same kind of effect going on. I'm gonna make this kick a little bit shorter. We have a Plugg 808 with a more gritty bass, but really you could take any kick and make something very crisp and hard sounding. So maybe something like this. I don't know if this is gonna sound good, but we can always try. And let's delay just a little bit and let's try this. So as you can tell, it has a different tone and you're gonna stand out from the crowd by doing little things like this, where your 808s are still trendy and cool, yet they're crisp sounding and they're unique. And you're not just using generic recycled samples. Let's see what that sounds like. That one is kind of strange. Also works. So I'm telling you, it works with any sample. The second way of doing it is with the pitch. So I'm actually gonna get into Massive right now. I'm just gonna use Massive as an example. It can be with any synth as long as you have control over the pitch envelope. And I will explain how to do that in Massive. So let's go ahead and get Massive real quick. I'm gonna get a sine square. And let's go lower in pitch. You might want to get headphones if you can't hear this. and I'm gonna turn it up a little bit so it's kind of mixed with the square wave distortion to make it thicker sounding. Alright, so that sounds good to me. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this envelope right here and I'm gonna apply it to the pitch, and I'll turn this up to like 28 or so. And now if I play this, it has this weird pitch sound to it. So this is also how Pierre Bourne created his 808 in Magnolia. It sounded like it has some pitch to it. It's obviously not as aggressive. But this is kind of how he got that really wavy sounding 808. But that's beside the point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the level all the way so it comes back down to 0. If you just follow this line, you can tell it comes back down. And I'm going to turn down the decay. And as you can tell, we get this little kick. And that's because kicks are made using a pitch that's going down very fast. So we get a nice kick to it, and then I'm going to turn up the attack. And what that does is that it delays this whole pitch envelope. Or what we can also do is just hit this, is turn up this delay knob. And it's gonna delay that kick part with the pitch going down. So really what this is doing is that the pitch is going up very fast, so fast that we can't really hear it. And it's coming right back down a little bit slower with the decay being higher. Sometimes I like to get an 808. Let's just get the classic Plugg 808. This is in my 808 Essentials kit as well. So that classic kind of 808 that we all basically use in the beat making community. And then what I like to do is go to the oscillator or the pitch tab or wherever you have pitch control, and I do the same thing. And let's turn up the pitch, the amount. Let's do 28 as well. And immediately we get this nice click to it, this nice sharpness and clarity. Now compare this to this. So obviously there's a lot more clarity. So I like this one. Let's do the same pitch trick. Turn on the pitch envelope. Let's turn up the attack. And there we go, we have a Plugg 808. So basically how I found out this trick is that I actually had a sample that's called, it was in a Zaytoven kit, and I'll have the name on the screen hopefully if I can find it, but it was called something delay kick, and it says layer with an 808. What I noticed is that the kick was actually delayed within the sample, so you could use that and play the MIDI however you wanted to, but the kick was always going to be a little bit delayed, and it would create that Plugg effect with any 808. You're going to have to do some mixing and EQ and whatever you need to do to make it sound just right and crisp, but overall it's such an easy trick, and yet so many producers don't do it. And I think it's because we have a culture of a lot of new producers, and the community is growing so fast, so everybody's using recycled samples, and the problem with that is that the quality starts going down as the samples get recycled more and more. That 808 has probably been through like 20 different niggas kits before it got to your kit. So hopefully this trick helped you guys. Leave a like and subscribe for more techniques. I think it's just a way that you can stand out. You can make your own very crisp sounding pitched Plugg 808s or with your own kick, and have your own signature style. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I think if this video gets enough traction, it could possibly change the whole culture of how we do 808s and stuff like that. Other than that, thanks for watching, and definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Poppin' tags, YSL, smoking gas, can't you tell? I'm in there, been one young gunner, your whole YSL. Walk inside the club, smell like